Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, winging it on Wednesday, which is the day I pull out one of our monkey cut kits, which is a unique little collection of a certain suite, everything cut up and ready to go, coordinating cardstock, envelopes, designer paper, all working together to make it easier for you to make cards or scrapbook, whatever you want to do with it. Anyhow, today we're going to play with the Bloom Where You're Planted monkey cut kit. So on Wednesdays when I do this, I'm opening up my kits and starting from scratch. So I never know what the card's going to look like or where I'm going. It's kind of a build as you go type of thing. So with all that done and said, thank you for joining me. If you're watching later, please let me know. Wave, talk. Hello, Cindy. I'm happy to see y'all. Once I turn the camera, I cannot see you. So unless I stand up, so I won't know that you're here. So let me know that when you're coming on and watching. So with all that done and said, I'm going to turn the camera. Let's get started. Here we go. I'm going to turn this. Hopefully my yesterday my light fell, and so hopefully that won't happen again. That was bad, but you know, it is what it is. So today, the Bloom Where You're Planted works with the Plentiful Plants and the Perfect Plants dies. So these are the dies and the set that are designed to go with this designer paper that we're going to open up. So that's what we'll be playing with today. So I'll set that aside. If you want to check it out, that part of it, it's on page 80 and 81 of the annual catalog. So there's some cute ones there. So there we go. So here's the monkey cut kit. Let's open this up. So this has one whole package of designer paper cut and ready to go. Here's our cards that I've made before. So I'll show you those quick and then I'll get started. So it's designer paper, all cut up and ready to go. And then there are 2 of each colors of 6 different cardstocks, cut into bases and into mats, and then all these little extra pieces here. We have 6 sheets of white cardstock cut for what the girls lovingly refer to as the guts, the inside, the part you're going to stamp on if you need to cut something out. 2 of these lattice sheets, they're kind of cool. A half a pack of metallic pearls, 5 yards of linen thread, and then there's envelopes in here and an adhesive sheet. So all of that good stuff, all cut and ready to go for $45. And you can go to stampingjourney.com if you would like to place an order for it. So let's move this stuff out of the way here right now. And let's just get started. So usually I start out with picking a piece of designer paper. So that's what we'll do today. How's that? Let's see here. Here's some cards that I've made previously. So to remind myself here. So we did this one, kind of fun. There we go. All right. And then this one also comes with 5 note cards with envelopes. So this is the note card size. You can send these. So here's one, kind of cute. Here's another one. There you go. So those are the ones I've made previously. I'll have to double check and see if I've got those pictures taken and on the blog. I'll try to get that done before I go out of town. So let's get started here. Let's get some of this paper out and just take a look and see what hits us today. So I usually start out with paper, designer paper. The great thing about our paper is that it's wonderful on both sides, so which makes it difficult to know what to do, right? Because it's all so good. I love this little brick. I love the brickwork. So here we go. Here's another one. So, and also they're cut landscape and horizontal. So you'll get some of each depending on, you know, what your needs are. So that works out nicely. Let's see here. Also with this set, with the dies, they'll cut out these some of these pots. So you don't even have to stamp. You can just cut out the pots, cut out the some of the flowers, they're not flowers, they're plants. Cut out some of the plants. Here's another brick, just a bigger brick. So kind of fun. Here we go. I think, I'm not sure what we're gonna do today. I kind of think I wanna use this brick. Let's see here. That's too many lines. But I like the brick. I think we might do the brick today. Maybe we'll do a little stamping. Let's do it this way. We're gonna go vertical. And I'm gonna pull this out. Usually I don't always do a lot of stamping. I try to work with this, so if you were going somewhere and just had your monkey cut kit, you know, you could just kind of start putting stuff together. But this is a really cute set. So I think we should stamp a little bit. You were there and I'm very grateful. I love that. To a dear friend. Let's do a dear friend card. Let's see here. I'm going to pull out my to a dear friend. And you were there and I'm very grateful. We're going to pull that one out for the inside. There we go. And some of the plants here. Let's see here. We'll do, well, let's pull out, I have this already cut out. And that goes nice against there. I love that it comes, it's terracotta. Let's pull this out for the plant. Let's use, let's see here. Let's use this other pot here. We're going to use this pot right there. That's the pot for the plant. Not a pot plant. That's the pot for the plant. And let's see here. Let's see what else. Let's use this one too. So we'll have a couple different plants in there. All right. Ta-da! Let's get started here. So I'm going to pull out some of my white cardstock here. So I'm going to pull out one that will be for the inside layer, and then one that we're going to stamp on here so I can create my plants. All right, so let's see here. I've got some blocks here. Let me just grab some blocks. Here we go. We'll put my plants on here, and then we can decide on colors and all that good stuff. Here we go. I'm weird. I know a lot of people will put things on both sides of the block. I have a hard time with that. I just can't do it. I'm really bad with that. I need one item on the block at a time. I just am not good about sharing, I guess. Sharing that. So I always have lots and lots of blocks here. There we go. Make sure I have that on there straight, relatively. And one more block here. There we go. Okay. That's a bigger one than I need, but that's okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So if I'm going to use this hanger, which I already had cut out, use that there. I'm just going to put that on there. And then let's do Just Jade here. Let's use Just Jade for our big plant. The cool thing about this set too is that you get the lights and darks. It's not all just one solid color. And there's veining in here and ta-da, kind of neat. And then we're going to use a darker green. We're going to use my new favorite, Evening Evergreen, because we're going to have two plants on here. So I want the plants to contrast well. So I'm going to put that here. Ta-da, darker. And My first inclination was to use the cinnamon cider, but if I use cinnamon cider, I think my pot's going to kind of disappear in there. So let's see here. So I think we're going to use, what should we use? I think we're going to go with the blues. Let's stick with our in colors, and I'm going to go with Misty Moonlight. I'm going to start with blue here. Misty Moonlight. I'll put that right there. Ta-da. See all the shading on it? You don't even have to do anything. I mean, it's really cool. And I think that we're going to say to a dear friend, and we'll just cut this out. I think we'll kind of fussy cut this. I'm not sure where I want to put it yet, so I'm just going to stamp it down here and figure out what I'm going to do with it. So there we go. We've got some elements, and then we're going to put this inside. And since I did use the Misty Moonlight for the words on the outside, I'm going to use that in the inside too. I like it just to be kind of consistent with what I want to do here. So here's the inside. We'll just stamp everything at the same time. There. And then if I don't put DSP in here, which a lot of times I do, I kind of thought maybe we should just put a plant in here because we're doing this plant. So I'm going to sneak one in the corner here, and I'll use the Just Jade here. Put the big plant in. So with it being photopolymer, you can get it right up close, exactly where you want it to go. And let's match it. Let's see what happens when we use the Evening Evergreen and put this other plant in there too. So that's going to cover up part of it. That's okay. Ta-da! That's kind of cool. There, just off the edge. Remember, you can stamp right off the edge. You don't have to have everything completely on the cardstock. It can go off. That gives you room to write up here, room to sign your name. You don't have to write too much. You don't have to think about too much what you want to say. So there we go. So we're going to set that aside, and we're going to set this aside, and then let's bring out my machine here, and I think I'm going to cut these so I can bring out the Mighty Mini. So I'm just going to cut this here like this, because I'm going to use my dies to cut it out. So we'll just bring out the Mighty Mini. I'm going to set that aside. I'm not sure how I'm going to use that yet. We'll see. Test it out. Here it is. Ta-da! All right, and my dies. Here we go. Let's do this one first. Okay, let's see here. Here's my little plant. I love that they cut out even the center part here, so you have it, it's all open, you know, so you can see all the way through. And we'll line this one up carefully. There we go. Ta-da. All right, one over the top, and there we go. I'm going to hold that tight, crank it through. I said it makes it a little bit harder because I'm on a cushioned mat here, so it's not that hard to run it through, but it just keeps moving because of my what I have underneath here. So here's our little pot. We have to cut that out. Here we go. Alrighty, there. Crank that baby through, and then we can start playing with all the little pieces. I was making up a lot of cards that were left over from our buffet, and so you start getting things done in batches, you know. But some of them I made up, and some of them I redesigned. So that is the fun part for me. So I take what I already had and then try to figure out how to use those pieces on a completely different card. There, isn't that neat how that cuts that out? I love that. All right, so let's start moving things around here. So if we have this up here, somehow I just thought this on this side. And then here's our pot, here's our plants. So what I'm going to do is work from the back. So this plant is going to be in the back, this one is going to be in the front, obviously, like that. And then we'll glue this over the top, like that. Ta-da. So maybe that should be another color. Well, let's glue these together and see what it looks like. So that's how I usually work with this when you're building these pots and plants. So just a little tiny bit of glue here. Doesn't take that much. If the glue comes out, it doesn't take that much. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to set that down, and then I'm just going to set this right over the top of it. Move it over just a little here. There. I'm going to try to kind of center it. Press that down. There we go. And then this one over the top. So I'm going to put my adhesive here. Okay, if I put it too far up, we're going to go into all these openings. So it just needs a little bit. So there we go. I'm going to put that right there. It's going to kind of cover and go over the pot. Ta-da. And here's this. Now, we have it this color. Maybe let's see here. I'm trying to think if maybe we should use a sponge and make it a different color. Or just add a little bit of color to it. Let's see here, what else? If we cut one out, I think they have some that are a little bit more solid colors, or well, we don't want it wood because it's, let's see here, like this piece here, we could cut it out and then it would be more spotted. Let's try that. Let me get the strip out here. She has strips in different sizes instead of cutting this big piece. I'm going to see if I can find that right here. Oh boy, look at that. It was meant to be. All right. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to bring my Mighty Mini over a minute here. Look at how nice that looks against that. Yeah, I like that. We're going to bring this over. I'm going to cut one of these out. However, I think what I'll do is included in this kit, you have our adhesive sheets. That's what is right here. And so I think what I'll do is cut this like the size that I need here. So this is a 2-inch strip. So I'm going to cut my adhesive sheet and put it behind here. And I need to cut my adhesive sheet. Wow, that was close. Sorry. I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. So I will cover this whole piece here. So I'm just going to cut this at 4 inches. Keep this because I'll use it for something later. And then I'm going to cut my adhesive sheet here. There's strips for peeling off. And I think I'm going to go across this way, 2 inches. So it'll come off, and I'm going to make it just slightly under 2 inches so that I'm not quite all the way to the edge here. And 2 by 4, and I'm going to go slightly under 4. So that's kind of going to go right on this strip here. Okay. So some of these, the adhesive was on the, it's so hard to cover up the colors underneath. Okay, the adhesive is on here. So I'm peeling this off, and I'm just going to layer it right on top of my DSP. So that's why I cut it slightly smaller. When you peel it, there we go, and line this up. This will make it so much easier with the little pieces, having this be thin, and to glue that on. I don't have to worry about it. It makes it into a sticker. So kind of a fun thing. Here's our Mighty Mini again. Now, because I'm putting this on and have that adhesive sheet on, I'll probably run it through a couple of times. Just once through and then back. So, because usually I only go one time, but move my glue out of the way here. Okay, so I'm going to run it all the way through, and then I'm just going to run it back towards me. There we go. Okay. Ta-da. So if you haven't used this adhesive sheets, they're really fun, and they make your life easier when you're playing with glue and trying to get these pieces glued together. So here we go. Everything's going to fall right out. I've got my little sponge here. Come here. Here it is. And my roller. So that just rolls it right out there. Okay, all the little pieces are gone. I'll poke this through. That's what all these little holes are for. So you can use your poker and just poke that and then pull it down here. Ta-da! There we go. Throw those away. All right, I'm gonna put that back over there. Get this stuff out of my way. Clear the deck. Okay, so if we're gonna go with this, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna have our little, yeah, I like that better than the lighter color. We're gonna go with that. We have twine that we can tie up here. And then I wanted to have to a dear friend, but it almost seems like maybe we could put another plant in here. Let's do that. Let's put another plant in the corner. So this will be like a little jungle area. Here's my paper I have left. Let's see what plant we want to put in, a different one. So we'll put in this one because it's the same plant that's hanging. It's just a smaller version. And then we're going to use this little cool pot. I like this one with the little handles on it. So there we go. We'll put this one on a block. Go this way, go this way. Which way? Which way am I going? Okay. So it's the same kind of plant. So I'm going to use the same color here for my plant. Do this, put it right here. Let's see here. I want to leave room up there. I want to leave room for my dear friend if I'm going to cut that out, and for my pot up here, which will make this pot blue also. Misty moonlight, not blue, it's misty moonlight. Here we go. There, ta-da. All right. We'll just keep building on it. See how we do. All right, Mighty Mini, come back. Here we go. Do a little more cutting out. So let's see here. I've done a couple of cards with this set, but not a ton. So it's all pretty new here for me. We've done a little bit. Just what you've seen here, and then I think we used it once in class, so at my hostess club, I believe. I think it's really cool. I love the prints for the designer paper. Okay, come on, there we go. Okay, done. All right, I promise I'm done moving this thing around. Let's put those back. My little pot. Here's my other plant. That over there. This over here. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's plant this pot Where's my glue? Here it is. A little bit of glue. Just a little bit. I'm wiping some off. I'm just going to put that down. Bring that up. There. Ta-da. So if I have that one down here, and I have this one up here, and then we can do our little words right here. Let's just cut this out. You know what? I'm just gonna cut it with my cutter here. Move over, little plant. Okay. I'm just gonna look here. So I know that lined up right here is where my cutting line is going to be. I put that down. Ta-da! Perfect. Okay. Hooray, that worked. Now, let's move this over here. We're just kind of building a little terrarium here. We can put this. I think it needs to go over here. So if I cut this off a little, there, cut a little divot in here. We're going to have it coming from the side because that's where I have room. There. So we can move this one over a little. Have that one popped up too. Let's see here. There we go, like that. To a dear friend. Can't send them a plant, you could send them one of these. There. Down just a little. It's got to go under that leaf, so we're just going to adjust. There we go. Ta-da, ta-da. Here's this one. Now, I'm thinking, I'm not sure that I like this plain area here. We have a brick embossing folder. I have all my folders here now. I'm looking for one particular one. Of course, it wouldn't be in my first handful. I have all of them. I love our embossing folders. You know what? How about, what do you think if we run this brick through the brick? Just to give it a little more texture. We can do that. So obviously this one would be something you're going to do when you're at home. So here's our embossing folders. So the brick is going this way. The nice thing is that they have these lines in here. So when you're lining this up, I usually will line it up either way I'm going. I will line it up with that line. I use that. And then always, always, always have the fold of your embossing folder go into the machine first. Now on this one, we have to use the big machine. So let me bring over the big cut and emboss machine. And then here's this. And this one is a really heavy one. So it's just plate number 1, your embossing folder with your designer paper in or whatever you're doing, with the fold going towards the machine, and then plate number 4. There we go. Okay. Move this stuff here. I'm hitting it. All right. So everything that you want to cut out is everything is pictured, which is really nice when you're having to use different layers for different things. Love this machine. So this is going to just give it a little more texture. Just that little bit. Can you see that? I just think it's kind of nice to have a little bit more texture on there. All right, now I guess what we need to decide, I like that little texture here. What we need to decide is what we're going to use for the back layer. Thinking about it and looking at it right here, I would pick, if I have some, the Misty Moonlight, I think. But let's see what we have available since we've used this grouping a little bit here. Do I have some? I have Evening Evergreen. Okay, well that would be my next choice. So let's go with Evening Evergreen. There. There. Misty Moonlight probably is not even one of the colors, but I like it with that because that's the color I made my pot. But generally when I frame it up is with something darker. So it just kind of comes alive when you put it on the background. And then let's go with the Just Jade for our base, since that'll bring out the next color layer. Doesn't that brighten it up? It's like, ooh, it just brightens it up. Okay, let's start gluing things together. Done, done and done. All right, let's see here. It's a shame to cover up some of this background, other side here. And what I do is I lay it out. I'm using green glue because it gives me wiggle room. And I just kind of look at 3 sides, trying to make sure I get that even. So we're going to pop this one up. So I'm going to bring out my dimensionals, and I'll probably use some of my mini dimensionals on that. I'm going to do it on here too. Let's see if it fits. Yes, the regular ones fit on here. This is probably a 1/4 inch piece, but now, where are my minis? Here's my minis. Here they are. Here are my minis. So I'm gonna just put one on here, on all my little leaves here, so I don't lose them. There. Okay. Let's peel those off. Throw that away. Okay. Boy, I move this thing all around. Sorry. Sorry, Cindy. It probably gives you like, ooh. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. I'm purposely going out of the frame a little bit. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on, and then it'll just get glued down. That one will be flat. Maybe that, I think that's okay. All right, so I'm going to peel off. Remember, this was put on in 2 pieces. So you just peel off the paper, and now I have a sticker. So that's what I'm doing here, just holding it tight. And that way you don't have to mess with all the glue and all that stuff when you have this narrow pieces. There we go. Okay. And so now I am going to put a little bit of glue here on this side of the plant. There we go. Ta-da. And then these pieces already have the sticker on them, so we're good to go with that. I'm going to put it right here, and I'll put a little bow up here. There. Put this one in. We're almost done. Lickety split here. Okay. I'm going to put this here. It's nice where you have the brick because you can make sure that you have everything lined up correctly. There. And here's our twine. Let's put a twine bow in here a little bit. Glue that on. So I'm going to make it smaller. This is my little bow maker here. Works pretty slick. If I can get this undone. I've got the end taped down here for me so I don't have it going all over the place. Okay. I'm going to double it up. Leave some twine going down. We have 5 yards of this, so you can do a lot of bows, a lot of wrapping around. I love the linen thread. There we go. Okay. Ta-da. Let's get this cut off. Put that over there. Okay. And this is going to go up here. Give it some more dimension. Here's my little glue dots. Oh, let's see here. This is the good pack. Find out which side my glue dots are on. Here we go. I'm going to put that right there. Just to give it a little more something. And we're going to put it on the base of our card. There. Now we can fill in some of the little spots if we want with some of the, we have the metallic pearls here. So there's a silver and a gold metallic pearls. Oh, let's put this inside. We're almost done. I love how that looks. There we go. So even though it was brick, I decided to use the brick embossing folder to give it some texture. And you might not be able to see it so much there, but you can feel it and know that it does have a little extra interest, right? I think the embossing folders are so fabulous for that. They're reasonably priced, and it gives your card so much more, a little boost. Texture always makes it look really neat. I like that. Okay, so let's use our gold metallic pearls here, because I think that looks nice with the terracotta. Let's see here. Yeah, I like that. So it's just kind of subtle. So we're going to put a couple of these on here. I usually do an odd number, just sort of random. And let's see here. I'll go up here. Draw your eye out. There we go. That's too much, and I don't like that it's in line with this one. So I want to move it. We're going to go up here. There we go. Just kind of random. Do I like that? I don't. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to line these up. Right here. I didn't push down too hard so I can move them up a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put this one here. There. Ta-da. I like that. It's different. Okay. To a dear friend. You were there, and I am very grateful. Ta-da. There's our card for today. So, using the Bloom Where You're Planted Monkey Cut Kit, all set and done. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to turn it around here. Let's see here. Turn the camera around. Whoops. Okie dokie. All right. So thank you for joining me. I am going to, I will be out of town. I'm going to put some things together. Oh, there's Cat in the background. I'm going to put a couple of things together, probably with this kit, and show you some things while I'm on the road. I'm headed out to Prairie du Chien on Friday morning, so I don't know where I'll be talking to you from, but I will be talking to you on Friday. And on Tuesday, again, I'm not sure where I'm going to be, but I'll bring something along to share with you, no matter where I'm at. So thank you for joining me today. Please share the video, chat, talk, let me know what you'd like to see, and have a wonderful weekend. Well, I'm going to see you on Friday. I'll see you before the weekend. So never mind. Well, have a good weekend if I don't chat with you before that, but I'll see you on Friday. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.